This is the Montblanc Meisterstuck 149 fountain pen. It's a very large fountain pen coming in at 144 millimeters capped, 130 millimeters without the cap, and 161 millimeters posted if you're going to be brave enough to post it, although it's quite a heavy pen when posted, and most of the weight is in the top third of the cap, so the cap does want to pull off. Doesn't seat super well here, so I wouldn't really consider this a poster. It's about 11 millimeters wide nib, and a 28 millimeter long nib. It's a number 9, which is the largest that Montblanc makes. It's a beautiful nib, 18 karat gold with platinum inlay, so some call it a tricolored nib, so it's gold in the center and gold along the outside with a platinum inlay around the edge. There's better pictures on my website, so you can get really close up and see it in focus, so if you want to take a look at that nib a little bit more. This pen itself was released in 1952 by Montblanc. Some say that Sailor actually used this pen as inspiration to release their 1911 series, because that series was released, I believe, in 1981. So 30 years later, yeah, it was released in 1981, 30 years later, and the 1911L looks very similar to this, although it is a little bit smaller. This 149 has a pen band here that holds the clip on. The serial number is lightly engraved here. You can't see that. The Montblanc brand, of course. There's a raised bit on the pin clip here for decoration that runs about a third of the length of the clip. It's not a very flexible clip, but it will hold it in place. There's tri-banding here on the cap band. The center band, the thickest, is also raised. And it says Montblanc number 145 and Meisterstuck. Here there's a little brass ring, or gold-plated ring that goes around right before the piston fill knob. The nib itself, like I said, 18 karat gold, and it also is oversized. It's the largest nib that Montblanc makes. It's 11 millimeters wide and 28 millimeters long. It's a beautiful pen, and it's kind of well, I shouldn't say kind of, it is a great writer, although the design itself is what Montblanc considers their flagship pen. To me, it's a little bit on the boring side. It's very traditionalist, but I can understand why people collect these, to make sure that they round out collections, just because it is their flagship pen. If you'd like to see it write a little bit, I'll try to think of some stuff to write for you. Let's see. This is a medium nib. So there's a lot you can see there in terms of how it writes. If you'd like to see close-up pictures of this fountain pen or a more detailed review, you can see that on my website at bestfountainpen.com.